Hello, 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 citizens of the Writer's Corner podcast. This is your host, author Anthony Avina. This is episode 53 of the Writer's Corner podcast, and we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I recently made a video all about Stephen King's The Dark Tower series. I talked about my thoughts on the movie news, why I love the book series as a whole, the changes that are going to be made in the movies that I've been seeing, and my predictions and theories on the movie. Since this is my favorite book series, and I love talking about books, I thought the video itself would make a really good episode of the podcast. So, from here on out, the audio you're about to hear is audio taken from my Dark Tower video on YouTube, youtube.com/c/Avina Vlogs. If you'd like to see the video in its entirety, either click on the eye in the sky to hear today's recommended videos, playlist, and more, or you can go to my YouTube channel and check that video out. So since I won't be doing a normal sign-off at the end of this video, I just want to say thank you for listening and tuning in to my Dark Tower podcast this week. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, like it, comment on it, favorite it, and share it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Click that eye in the sky, and check out our social media links down below in the description box. And then if you're listening to this on SoundCloud or iTunes, thank you so much for tuning in. Check out our social media links in the description, and if you like what you heard, please hit that subscribe button. And if whether you liked it or not, please leave us a review, letting us know what you like, didn't like, what you'd like to see more of, and what you'd like to hear discussed next time. Thanks so much for tuning in, and now enjoy the rest of the podcast. Here is The Dark Tower by Stephen King. Here are my thoughts on it. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you next week. Hello, 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 citizens of the Avina Vlogs YouTube channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. And today I am so excited to talk to you guys about The Dark Tower. For those of you who don't know right now, I am a huge Dark Tower fan. I am a Dark Tower junkie is what the community is called, because we just are like, we can't live without anything related to the Dark Tower in our lives. And the Dark Tower is a very popular Stephen King series. This is what they call his magnum opus. It is like the definitive Stephen King series. And there are so many of his other books that are actually tied into the Stephen King universe, or into the Dark Tower universe. So I'm just going to discuss with you the upcoming Dark Tower movie. I'm not going to get into a whole discussion of the books. If you guys would like to see that someday, leave your comments down below. But I'm going to just discuss the movie news, what my reaction is to it, and what I theorize is going to happen in the movie. So, here we go. So, the news is Idris Elba is Roland Deschain, the last gunslinger. If you guys don't know, the very first line of the first book, it's the most incredible, memorable line of the whole series and of Stephen King himself. The man in black fled across the desert, and the gunslinger followed. It's what starts everything on this epic journey. From that simple line, an entire journey is born. The story follows Roland Deschain, who is the last gunslinger, a long line of knights, pretty much, in this realm called Midworld, who defended the realm. And he is the last one standing. All of his family and friends have perished. And he is pursuing the Man in Black, also known as Martin Broadcloak, and he's also in the books known as Randall Flagg. He goes by many names. He's the Ageless Stranger. He is the right-hand man. He's the servant of the Crimson King, who is the big baddie of the Dark Tower series. And Roland is on a quest to find and kill the Man in Black, who he holds responsible for so much death and destruction and loss in his life. It's his arch nemesis. He's been chasing him for, centuries. The Roland is way older. Even though he doesn't look it, he is an older man, like hundreds of years old. And he travels across this mid-world wasteland searching for the Man in Black. The movie adapts the stories from like different elements from the first couple books and a little bit from book 3. I mean, all the books really have a little bit of element in this first movie. Pretty much, Roland has to find the Man in Black, and the Man in Black is in present-day New York City, because there's a lot of, traveling through doors to get to other worlds and other realities and timelines. The Dark Tower itself is the nexus of all worlds, of all reality. It's what holds all of the universes and all the parallel universes and realities together. If the Dark Tower falls, destruction and chaos reign supreme. And Roland is the only thing that's stopping, the Man in Black and Crimson King from toppling the Dark Tower. Randall Flagg, aka the Man in Black, who is being played by Matthew McConaughey, great casting. He is looking for breakers, which are people with unique abilities that he's hoping to use their abilities, whether it's telepathy or telekinesis, anything like that. He wants to use people like that, these breakers, to break the beams that are holding the Dark Tower in place. And in the movie, it sounds like he finds one of the most powerful breakers in the universe, and that's Jake Chambers, who in the books is like a son to Roland Deschain after he finds him and saves him multiple times, and Jake becomes a part of his quartet, which is his group of travelers and heroes. What's interesting about this book adaptation is that it's a sequel to the books themselves. Spoiler alert, if you haven't read the books yet, don't listen if you don't want to be spoiled by the end of the series. But by the end of book 7, when Roland gets to the Dark Tower, he's stopped everyone. He's, lost so many people along the way. He gets to the top of the tower, he climbs it. It turns out that he's done this multiple times, and when he opens that final door at the top of the tower, he's sent to the very beginning of the book series again. So that the last words of the book series are actually the first words of the book series. The Man in Black led across the desert and the gunslinger followed. What's different at the end of the book, though, is he has this artifact from when he was a part of the Gunslingers, part of, the group, the Order of Knights. It's called the Horn of Eld, and in the mythology of the thing, in the first book series, he was supposed to bring that horn to the Dark Tower and blow it, which would, kind of seal the Dark Tower up and seal it and, keep it safe. But in the book's continuity, he had lost it along the way, but now that he started the chain all over again, he has the horn. Well, posters and artwork have come out showing that Idris Elba's character, or Idris Elba's version of the Dark Tower's Roland Deschain, has the horn. He has the Horn of Eld. So it really does showcase that this is a direct sequel to what happened at the end of the book series. So events in this movie are going to be happening out of order because this is a brand new cycle. He is doing, what he's done before, but things are different. Whereas Jake Chambers was a part of his quartet, now he's a powerful breaker that Roland has to save. Whether he'll become a part of that quartet in the future is yet to be seen. But now Roland has to travel to New York to save Jake Chambers. Jake Chambers is trying to find Roland because he's been having these visions and stuff about him. And the Man in Black is looking for Jake, and he kind of wants to see Roland because Roland has been his adversary for so many years. He's the only person he feels like he connects to on the same level. They're like two sides of the same coin. You're yin and yang, and he kind of wants to face his adversary. So I'm really looking forward to seeing those two clash. My theory, first of all, I love everything about this. I'm super excited. I'm holding judgment until I see it because I know that even though I'm excited, things could disappoint me. But I am super excited by the prospect of this being a sequel. I really think it'll be a good thing because not only does it bring new audiences to the movie, but it allows fans to continue the story rather than just get the same story told, which is super, super unique and interesting. My theory is that Roland, the movie is going to end with a similar fate to the end of the first book. Spoiler alert again, if you guys don't want to hear this. In the first book, Jake Chambers dies. Roland is pursuing the Man in Black, and he's holding on to Jake, who is about to fall. Roland is trying to hold on to him, but he's also trying not to lose the Man in Black. And in his, hesitation, he accidentally loses his grip on Jake, and Jake falls. And as he's about to fall, Jake says, "Go then, there are other worlds than these." And then Jake falls to his death, and he's not seen again in that book. But it turns out that what Jake said was true. There are other worlds than these. And in the second book, Roland finds out that Jake is living in another world, in another reality, and Jake in New York City has two memories. He has the memories of his life in New York, and he also has the memories of his life where he died in Midworld. And so I think that in this movie, Roland is going to be going back and forth between Midworld and New York City, and Jake's going to be there with him. I'm not sure if he's going to die and come back right away in the first movie, or if it's going to be alluded to. I think if the movie does well, which I really hope it does, the television series will kind of lay the groundwork for Roland's past and what happened to him when he's grown up, what caused the events that led him to be the last gunslinger, which would be really cool to see as well. I really want to see a second movie already in production, because I really want my two other favorite characters, who are Eddie Dean, who I really want Aaron Paul to play because he'd be perfect, and then Susanna, she's a woman with multiple personalities. She has Odetta, and she has just plain Detta, and she has Susanna, and a whole lot going on. They're both two of my favorite characters in the book, besides Roland. And I think we're to get a lot of action. I think I really am hopeful that we'll get a glimpse of one of the most powerful images and relics in the book series, which is the rose. The Dark Tower itself in this mythology is surrounded by a field of roses, and in New York City there is an empty lot with a single red rose growing, and when you look inside the rose you can actually see the universe, everything being held together by the Dark Tower. It's like right there when you stare into the center of the flower, which is what Jake looks at when he realizes he's having two sets of memories. So I don't really know what the point of this video is, other than to say freaking excited about the Dark Tower. The Dark Tower series is what inspired me to become a writer. It's one of my favorite, it is my all-time favorite book series. I can read it anytime, anywhere. I love everything about it. I love all the other books that are related to it, like The Talisman and Black House by Stephen King and Peter Straub. I love The Eyes of the Dragon, The Stand by Stephen King, Salem's Lot, so many others, so many great books. And I love the, connected universe thing that Stephen King has created with the Dark Tower. So cool. And I'm really excited to get a movie that explores all of this mythology. It's got action, it's got romance, it's got horror, it's got fantasy and science fiction. It's got everything you can imagine in this book. It's really weird, but it's really cool, and I think it is going to make for a great book or movie adaptation. I'm really excited for Idris Elba because I think he's a badass actor, and I think he'll be amazing as Roland. So, super excited. That's my reaction to the Dark Tower news. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching this video. Please give it a big thumbs up. Like this video, comment on it if you favorite, and share it. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button down below. And check out our social media links in the description box. And click that eye in the sky for today's recommended videos, playlists, and more. In the comments below, let me know also what you think of the Dark Tower. Have you read the books? Are you excited about the movie? Leave your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time for a brand new video. Long days and pleasant nights, my friends.